What's up, everybody? It's your man JFilt back again with another edition of Learn How to Sample Like in collaboration with the good folks over at Tracklib, where we will investigate production techniques, crate digging, and sample flipping of the great ones. In this episode, The Alchemist. So let's get into it. So real quick, if you're not familiar with Tracklib, this is a great resource for you to crate dig, tons of samples you can just dig through, and also get your samples cleared and licensed, hassle-free. So before I get started, guys, check this out. There's a beat battle going on that's actually judged by Ninth Wonder, and it's called the Bob James Nautilus edition. So check it out. I actually participated in it. I'll leave a link somewhere below this video or something like that if you could check it out, and I would advise you to join, man. That song is incredible. So anyway, back to The Alchemist. Alchemist is one of those producers who is like very multifaceted, man. I love his sound, I love his style. If you're not familiar with him, please do your homework. He's sampled everything, and in this video I want to narrow it down to one of his styles because he has a ton of them. But the style I want to talk about is the no drums added style. And when it comes to this sound, what we want to do is go to all tracks, and we want to choose the genres of blues, jazz, and R&B soul. And then also we want to choose, this is another cool thing, I haven't talked about this yet, but you can actually choose the BPM you want to look for. So we're going to choose the BPMs between 70 and 100. And the reason is because when we make our beat, we don't want to go far beyond that. So we kind of want to start with those ranges, so we don't have to do too much shifting around. Does that make sense? And then the next thing is we want the years between 1960 through, the 80s, something like that. And when you do that, then you get a list of a whole bunch of, look at this. First track that pulls up, Nautilus. Everybody knows their sample. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, flip this, guys, if you haven't already. So you just check out what comes up. And the list is very extensive, man. I'm telling you. And they're always adding. So when you're scrolling through these samples, look for grooves. So that means you want drums, because we're not going to add drums. The sample should already have drums. See? That's a good example right there. And then when you find something that you like, use the looper. For an example right there, And what's good about the looper is instead of listening for everything and, you just find something that you like, you can actually save those loopers and then go ahead and download just the loop instead of the entire song. So you can find a bunch of loops. You know what I'm saying? You could just do that across the whole track and just save those loops. So that's a cool thing. Another thing is strings. So I could type in strings and see what pops up. Look at that. Or harp. I mean, it's just, look at all this. See that? So I'm going to show you some of the tracks using those techniques and searching and digging what I found. I created this little collection called Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Here's one of the songs, So Secure. Right? So I just thought that was fire. It has drums in it. It has a nice little groove, nice mellow groove to it. And then the second thing was strings. I wanted some type of orchestral element in it. I found this. See that? And notice it's just the strings by itself, just this little loop. I don't need the whole song, just this little part. So now let's move on to our DAW. For the first sample, I decided to pitch it down a little bit. And this is something I would not recommend doing a lot of, not too much, unless you really need to. So You already heard the original key of it, but what I decided to do was take it down only 2 keys because I was looking for a warmer sound. See what I'm saying? And then you just go through the chops and you can see the chops that I have. And essentially what you're doing is putting a puzzle together. Find the chops that you like and put them together in your own way. You're so sick. Now, I said the song was secure. So how I chopped it up was to make it sound like he's saying you're so sick. And then I just took different pieces and played it like this. In addition to that, I wanted to do some type of change up. So let me go to another section, and these are more samples. See how it has drums? So I don't have to add drums. It's already drums in the sample. So these are the chops. Okay. This part right here, this was a chop of the song and I used it. But what I had to do was time stretch it because it was too fast. And the purpose of time stretching is to sometimes like notes or rhythms aren't long enough, or you just need them to fit right and sit in a pocket. So that's what I did with this. So I just time stretched it. So I use that kind of like as a small little drum break. Every now and then you might want to throw in a break like one time and then that's it. Just to throw in a little curveball. I talk about this a lot, just throwing curveballs in beats. And the curveball was me taking another small sample of this song and I just threw it in one time like this. Right here, right here. See? I only did that one time. It's like, oh, okay, that's different. Boom. And this beat, I only used 2 samples. So let's talk about the strings. This is how we played it. Now notice I changed the key again, and I actually had the time stretch so it would fit the beat, but not too much. Notice this. Time stretch, I only time stretched it 2%. So I went minus 2% so it would be a little slower. And I had to change the key to match the other sample, okay? I just played the loop. Right? And as the beat continues, I do it again, but I played it a little short. Watch this. That's it. Now, sticking with the orchestral side of things, I added my own strings. And this is something to me that sounds very Alchemist. Some type of tremolo strings. And that's very easy to do. It's really just 2 notes. And to emulate this sound is just taking 2 notes. I'm taking, in this case, an E flat and an E. And you just play them back to back to back real quick. If you want to do it, if you don't have that super smooth sound, and you can create your own like this. All right, so you definitely want to boost your lows and your highs at certain points. So, and this really depends on the sample itself. So this is kind of like trial and error, to be honest with you guys. So I found that this was cool. The other thing that I did was add one of my favorite compressors, which is the New York style parallel compressor. I Heart New York. Shout out to Baby Audio. And that just makes it, you know, a little more punchier. So that's what I did with that. Without it. With it. More technique I want to show you guys that's actually inspired from Alchemist. I'm going to use delay at a certain part of this song. I want to put like a quarter delay and watch what it does. Watch this. So what I did was I took just one beat, this right here. So if you have one bar, you're just going to take a piece of it. So it repeats like 4 times before 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back into it. So the way I did that was I threw this delay and then automated it. I got the automation on only on this part. Then it goes back. You see that? Notice how it's raised up on the parts that I want to repeat. And then I bring it back down when I want it to just go back to regular. Notice I have some space, and most producers are gonna use space in their beats. If you don't, try it, you need to. Again, no drums added at all. So let's listen to it from the top, pay attention to all the techniques, and here we go. You put your own puzzle together.
You're so sick.
You hear the drums, it's already in the sample. Strings. Now here comes that delay. Back. See that? Now here comes the little drum break I was talking about.
You're so sick.
It's hard to tell because it's blended, you know? It's like it's supposed to happen like that. Change up. Space. And there it is, guys. So I hope that was helpful. I would love to hear what you do. Drop a comment below. Who else would you like me to cover? Write that down in the comments below. It's your man JFilt. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. More videos on the way. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out all the links down below, including a special link where you can get 15 tracks for free. Just check out the link below. All right. It's your man JFilt. I'm sitting peace and positive energy.